as our relationship in terms of the where we lie in the siblings, we're next to each other. And growing up, we were mostly like the youngest. So we were like best friends most of our lives. And honestly, I don't think much has changed. We're older and wiser, but we still crack the same kind of jokes and still have the same dynamic.
We met working at an outlet mall together in Texas, and I was his manager.
She was the boss.
I was the boss. That was
Yeah.
13 years ago.
Hasn't.
We got married like 2.5 years ago.
I feel like we've always gotten along. I don't remember there ever being a time that we weren't.
No, yeah. I think we've always gotten along like just easy friends.
Mary and I have always had a very similar personality. So it makes sense to me that that they would get along really well because, you know, obviously she's somewhat of a fan of my personality.
Yeah.
And I feel like John's always been braver than I am. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you. I've always been very inspired to be around them. They just naturally are incredibly creative, amazing people, and they've always just, I think just seeing them be themselves and live very authentically allowed me permission to realize that I could also lean into that creativity and be more myself.
So I've been finding pretty often that customers are coming in groups, as they do, and I'll have someone in the record store that is like, oh, I'm the book friend, or I'm the book one, you know, they're the record one, and vice versa, you know, which I think it helps having them really close, but I think we're starting to realize that our customers are either living together, in a relationship together, siblings together, or friends, you know.
I feel like maybe with them being so close and you can see essentially every part of both stores from either one, that it, I think, keeps that in people's minds while they're in one. They're also being like, oh, there's probably something in the other as well that I can go look at.
We have ride or dies. You know, no
Totally.
matter what needs to be done, it's like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing, you know, and that's something that people have, I'm sure, come across that in business, met someone who would go like that, but I doubt that it's very often. And in our particular case, that was priceless. If siblings or family members have an idea, then yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It depends on the people in the dynamic. We all work very hard to communicate well and to respect each other's different mindsets, different approaches, different working styles, even different communication styles. And that's messy.
Yeah.
You know, it's messy and, you know, scrappy sometimes, but at the end of the day, like we're all working for the greater good and working on how we treat each other and interact with each other and working on that work relationship as we go. And if you're not doing that, then I wouldn't recommend it at all, because the passion of family and stuff, if you aren't focusing on those things, you'll probably just end up screaming at each other and the store will never get open, you know?